After cleaning professionally for years, I've noticed something. Most cleaning problems are not caused by dirt. They're caused by mistakes people don't even realize they're making. So today, I'm going to walk you through some of the biggest cleaning mistakes I see homeowners make and how to avoid them. One of the biggest mistakes I see is assuming more cleaning product means more cleaning power. In reality, using too much cleaner often creates the opposite problem. It can leave behind residue, leave your surface cloudy or streaky, and really, more product is so much harder to rinse away. Your cleaning products work best when they're used according to the directions. More is not necessarily better. A lot of times when people tell me, my surfaces still look dirty after I clean them, what they're actually seeing is leftover product residue.
That's why when I'm using a barkeeper's friend product, I always focus on using the recommended amount rather than assuming more product will clean better.
Mistake number 2 is skipping your rinse step. Now this is really important with sinks, cooktops, stainless steel, shower glass doors, really any surface where product residue can be left behind. When residue sits on a surface, it attracts dirt, looks streaky, and creates a cloudy appearance that makes people think the surface is still dirty.
And on surfaces like cooktops, leftover residue can actually bake onto the surface the next time heat is applied. That's one reason I always stress the importance of a thorough rinse. Whether I'm using the Barkeeper's Friend multi-purpose cleaner, the powder cleanser, or the soft cleanser, rinsing thoroughly is one of the most important parts of the process. Mistake number 3. Waiting too long to clean buildup. Most restoration projects don't start as restoration projects. They start as routine maintenance that got postponed. Take a shower glass door, for example. When you first start noticing a few water spots or a light layer of soap scum, it's usually a pretty quick cleanup. But every other shower adds another layer. Soap scum builds on top of soap scum. Minerals from the water continue to collect. Before you know it, those thin layers become thick, stubborn buildup that's much harder to remove. What could have been a simple maintenance cleaning eventually turns into a much bigger restoration project. That's why I always tell people consistency is more important than perfection. You don't have to deep clean your shower every day. You just need to stay ahead of the buildup before it has a chance to get worse. This is why regular maintenance is so important. A few minutes of upkeep is usually much easier than trying to restore a shower door that's been collecting layers of soap scum and hard water buildup for months.
And that's where products like the Barkeeper's Friend multi-purpose cleaner can be helpful. It's designed for routine cleaning before buildup becomes a bigger project later.
Mistake number 4, cleaning the wrong problem. This is one of the biggest misconceptions I see. Not everything that looks dirty is actually dirt. Sometimes people spend a lot of time scrubbing a surface when they haven't identified what they're actually looking at. One thing I always suggest is to run your fingers across the area you're trying to clean. If the stain feels rough or raised, there's a good chance you're dealing with buildup that's sitting on top of the surface. That's exactly what happened here. After my first round of cleaning, I could still feel rough spots on the cooktop. That told me there was still grease and cooked on buildup left behind. So I went back in and cleaned the surface again. But once I finished the second cleaning, I ran my fingers across another area that still had discoloration. This time, the surface felt completely smooth and flat. That's when I knew I wasn't looking at buildup anymore. I was looking at heat damage and discoloration that had become part of the cooktop itself. People often assume every stain can be removed if they just scrub hard enough. But cleaning removes buildup. It cannot reverse damage. Understanding that difference can save you a lot of frustration because it helps set realistic expectations before you start cleaning.
Mistake number 5, letting water dry on surfaces.
A lot of cleaning issues start with water. When water dries on a surface, it leaves behind minerals and residue. Over time, those minerals build up and create water spots, streaks, and cloudy surfaces. Then grease, dust, fingerprints, and everyday grime begin sticking to those deposits.
Layer by layer, buildup forms. And a lot of people think the water itself is causing the problem, but it's actually what the water leaves behind. As the water evaporates, minerals stay on the surface. Then those minerals start attracting oils, dust, fingerprints, and other residue. And that's why what starts as a small water spot can eventually turn into a cloudy surface, which may seem impossible to clean sometimes. The longer it sits, the more layers build on top of it. Now, this is especially common on stainless steel, shower glass doors, faucets, sinks, and cooktops. That's also why products that are designed to remove mineral buildup, like Barkeeper's Friend, are so effective on these types of surfaces.
One of the easiest ways to stay ahead of this is simply drying surfaces after cleaning and addressing water spots before they have a chance to build up.
And the last mistake I want to talk about is cleaning a surface before it completely cools down.
Whether it's a cooktop, stainless steel around an oven, or another warm surface, heat can cause products to dry too quickly. That can lead to streaking, residue, and inconsistent results. Before cleaning, always make sure the surface has cooled completely. You'll get better cleaning results and a much easier rinse. No matter which Barkeeper's Friend product you're using, starting with a cool surface is always a good practice.
The biggest cleaning mistake I see is not using the wrong cleaner. It's waiting until a small problem becomes a big one. Most surfaces don't need aggressive cleaning. They just need consistent maintenance. Cleaning is not about scrubbing harder. It's about identifying the problem correctly and addressing it before it has a chance to build up. If you stay ahead of the buildup, cleaning becomes easier, services last longer, and you spend less time trying to restore something that could have been prevented in the first place. If you found this helpful, make sure you're subscribed here to the Barkeeper's Friend channel for more cleaning and surface care tutorials.